Hey guys, welcome to another New World video. In this video I wanted to talk about the drops you can potentially get in the new expedition, the Tempest Heart. I will, however, share what I've learned from my experiences in there, and I would ask that if any of you have any experience in Tempest, feel free to share it also. But in the meantime, I have been digging in anticipation, messaging people I know who have managed to run it a lot, watching streams and reading Reddit, and of course digging through the New World database. And I have to say, the loot this place has to offer is amazing. Not everything is best in slot, but nonetheless, this place definitely does not give you the waste of time feeling. The Tempest Heart loot drops can be up to a maximum of 600 gear score. However, these items do follow the expertise system in New World. Therefore, the loot will not drop at gear score 600 unless you have pushed your expertise up towards the cap before getting the drop. You are, however, guaranteed an expertise boost from the expedition bosses from this dungeon. But be sure it is a boss. I have found that with this dungeon there is some confusion as to what is and what is not a boss. Now, this is not saying that the many other named Elite Level 66 NPCs you will face in this expedition are not going to give you expertise bumps. They simply are not guaranteed to. You also have a big chance to receive expertise bumps from the chests found throughout this expedition, and as an added bonus there is a repeatable quest for the Tempest Heart expedition called the Tempest Soul. You must be level 60 in order to accept this quest, and you can obtain this quest from Mara Rosa in the cathedral just south of the expedition entrance. The rewards from this case also offer a chance to give you an expertise bump, along with the Umbral Shards and a chance at a free Tempest Key. You will see on screen some of the stuff that you can expect to receive from these chests. This is not all you can receive, this is just an example. You get the idea. They basically come in all the standard variants. There are also some hidden chests throughout the dungeon that if you collect them all, you will receive an additional chest and even more chances at great loot or expertise bumps. So this dungeon is an absolute treasure trove if you are still working on pushing your expertise to 600. So let's get into the loot and have a look at what this place has to offer. I will timestamp this list in case you are wanting to jump ahead and see what you are looking for. The first name you will encounter is Uzret. This is not a boss, he is a simple level 66 elite. This is important because although he drops some decent loot, his chances of dropping it are low and he does not guarantee an expertise bump as the bosses are supposed to. Also be aware that if you complete the corruption event before killing him, he will despawn dropping nothing. So be sure to kill him before clearing the corruption. The items Uzret can drop are the Blackguard's bow, the Blackguard's hatchet, the Raider's pants, and the Wizened pants. When you enter the dark passage and clear all of the trash, you will encounter your second named NPC of this instance, Crewman Ruiz. He will spawn immediately upon clearing the trash, so be prepared. Once again, Crewman Ruiz is not a boss type NPC. He is again a named 66 elite, so the same rules apply to him as previously. The items that Crewman Ruiz can drop are the Blackguard's life staff, the Conqueror's greaves, the Tactician's hat, and the Wizened gloves. Once you have killed Crewman Ruiz and have opened the gates, you will encounter your next named NPC of the expedition. This time it is Ekheke. And finally, this is a boss. He will 100% guarantee an expertise bump and drop loot at a much higher chance. The items that Ekheke can drop are the Blackguard's great axe, the Blackguard's rapier, the fanciful earrings, the Raider's coat, the Surgeon's ring, and the Wizened shirt. Moving on, your next encounter will be with Maiden Lai. She is a named Elite 66 version of the maiden you fight in Dynasty Shipyard. She is not a boss type creature though, so although she drops some amazing loot, it will drop at a very low percent and will not guarantee expertise increases. Do not underestimate her though. You must kill the mobs around her before you begin DPSing her down, and be very cautious of her swirl AoE. The loot that Maiden Lai has a chance to drop is the Blackguard's Void Gauntlets, the Conqueror's breastplate, the Sagacious pants, and the Tactician's pants. Once you reach the cellar, your next encounter will be with Vroeg. This guy is again not a boss, simply a 66 name elite, so once again, no guarantee on the expertise bump, and his loot will drop at a very low percent. He is pretty straightforward if you have done OPR, which I am sure you have. He is the same as the brutes you summon there, rolling balls, ground smashes, you get the idea. The loot that Vroeg has a chance to drop is the Blackguard's musket, the Blackguard's warhammer, the Raider's gloves, and the Wizened hat. The next name you will encounter is Cutthroat Eduardo. And yes, you guessed it, not a boss. Yet again another level 66 named NPC, and the non-boss loot rules once again apply. Cutthroat Eduardo has a chance to drop the Blackguard's Spear, the Conqueror's Gauntlets, the Raider's Boots, and the Wizened Shoes. The next NPC you encounter will be a unique one. It will be your first of many encounters with Isabella. She is in human form at this point, so the fight is very simple. You will not have to kill her in this fight. She will retreat at 75%. Now, what makes this encounter very strange to me, she is supposed to be a boss, and as we know, bosses are supposed to guarantee expertise bumps. But 3 members of my group got random greens from her on our first time doing it, and none of us got any expertise bumps. So maybe because she is different in that she retreats, it reads differently, or maybe it is just a mistake, who knows. Anyway, she has a chance to drop a Pleasant Reminder, Doomwalker's Helm, Honest Thief's Hat, Isabella's Amulet, the Pious Scout's Hat, the Sunrise Kiss Spear, the Twisting Fates Rapier, and the Wayward Thread Bow. The next named NPC you will encounter is High Priestess Ifel. This is another complicated situation I do not completely understand, in terms of it being a boss or a level 66 elite NPC. Here's why. It is not a boss, it is a level 66 NPC. However, it is linked to the boss fight with Isabella we just had. The reason I know this is because if you die during the fight with Isabella and then she retreats at 75%, and then you die against this NPC when you encounter her a bit later, you will die completely. You don't get downed, and it resets everything back until before Isabella. And once more, what complicates this further is 2 members of my group when I ran this for the first time did not receive loot, and none of us got expertise bumps on killing her, which would make you think she is not a boss. Likely just more bugs they will iron out before it goes live, but I thought I would mention it. High Priestess Ifel has a chance to drop the Blackguard's Fire Staff, the Conqueror's Boots, the Sagacious Shirt, and the Tactician's Shirt. I really struggle with the Sagacious stuff. Next up, you will again encounter the human form of Isabella at 75% health. Again, this one should count as a boss fight, much like the last time. She is once again straightforward in human form. This version of Isabella shares a loot table with the previous one. The next named NPC we will encounter is High Priest Basir. Once again, this is a level 66 elite named, not a boss, so no guarantee expertise bumps, and he will drop his loot at a low % chance. I am sorry I keep repeating this, but it is an important distinction, and I get a lot of people asking me about it. High Priest Basir has a chance to drop the Blackguard's Ice Gauntlet, the Conqueror's Helm, the Sagacious Hat, and the Tactician's Gloves. Very soon after, we will encounter Headman Pang, and again he is not a boss, but a level 66 elite named. Headman Pang has a chance to drop the Blackguard's Longsword, the Raider's Hat, the Sagacious Gloves, the Sagacious Shoes, and the Tactician's Shoes. Our next encounter is probably the hardest in the expedition, at least it was for my group, and this time, yes, it is a boss. So yes, you will receive a guaranteed expertise bump and higher chances at loot from this table. I am of course talking about Neishatun, another serpent-type creature, and he does not play around. Upon killing Neishatun, you will have a chance to receive the Emberstone Promise Fire Staff, the Glacial Sorrow Ice Gauntlet, the Infinite Chaos Void Gauntlet, the Keepsake of the Divine's Earring, the Neishatun Breastplate, the Neishatun Greaves, the Neishatun Gauntlets, the Neishatun Helm, and the Neishatun Boots, and the Reluctant Savior Life Staff. And our next encounter and final encounter is Isabella, in her full corrupt demon angel form. This is a much easier fight than the previous boss, but still you will need to pay attention. This time you will have to kill her. This version of Isabella will drop the Calamitous Intent Warhammer, the Doomwalker Breastplate, the Fallowfield's Hatchet, the Forgotten Vow Ring, the Honest Thief's Shirt, Isabella's Rapier, Omen, the One-Hand Sword, the Pious Scout's Coat, Portent the Shield, and Vision of Viciousness Great Axe. As a bonus, I wanted to mention this. While looking into this, I did find something so cool. If you kill her on Mutation 10, she will have a different loot table, and it offers a very cool armor set, including her red glowing eyes on the helm. This set includes Isabella's Breastplate, Isabella's Gaze Helmet, Isabella's Greaves, Isabella's Gauntlets, and Isabella's Pants, and of course Isabella's Rapier. Okay guys, that's all of the amazing loot you can expect from this expedition, and I'm sure you, much like me, have made notes on specific items you plan to come here for. I am sorry once again that my run footage got screwed up, but I really wanted to get this out there as I keep getting questions about what's a boss and what isn't, why didn't this guy drop anything, and so on. I will post a full run as soon as I get my group together, hopefully soon, even today or tomorrow. If you guys have any questions or anything to add, please feel free to post it in the comments. And as always guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.